Okay, well, Marlee, it's so great to see you. Welcome back to Pennsylvania.
Thank you. Yes, it's great to be back. It's been a while.
I'm here today with Marlee Starliper, one of Pennsylvania's greatest runners, one of the all-time U.S. high school girl runners. Your junior year, you ran a 4:37 at Millrose, 4:19 at 1500 en route. And you were always good, 4:44 as a sophomore. I think also even probably more impressive is the 9:07 3K, I guess, at Boston. And that was when you were 17.
Yeah, high school was a very fun time, just lots of discovery for myself. And yeah, a lot of those races that you said, I just think back and like, those are very, very special races for sure.
Home often represents for athletes stability, balance, right? And then there's this big change. So you got recruited to the top women's distance program in the country. And I can totally resonate with that because when I was in high school, I was one of the top female distance recruits in the country. And I got recruited to UVA, which was the top program in the country. You got recruited full scholarship, right? NC State. So let's talk a little bit about your excitement heading into college.
Wow, it's a fun question because I just think at that and I'm like, wow, I was like, it's only been 3 years and I'm like, I feel like I'm like 1,000 years old compared to when I went into college. No, it's definitely, it's such an exciting time when you enter college in a sense of, athletics. You've got big goals. Now's where we really are going to see what we're made of. It's just really exciting thinking of everything that's ahead. And it's such a huge step. There's a lot of changes in, obviously your environment. And then even just like within the NCAA, it's insane how different than high school that the competition is. For me, it went from completely training solo to being with a team where I'm with tons of people around me. And that was certainly something that I knew would be a challenge, but something that I wanted to, just have in that college atmosphere, because it really is special how, that can just bring out new things in you. And again, help you along that process of discovery. There's so much growth that happens when you get that new start in a new place and you gotta build up your community. And I think it's just incredible, like, outside of running, I had a very strong sense of who I was like in high school, but I think just how deep that grew and the ways that it solidified. And again, for me, I came into college injured, which, threw a wrench into like,
yeah,
how I wanted things to go. And ultimately, I think that it affected my experience a lot. But again, it was in those times that it's like just all those ways that I grew like inside and outside of running as an athlete and as a person as a whole. It really just is incredible because it's just a very unique time in your life for that to happen.
There are a lot of people just like me who have an expectation of what college is going to be like, and then college happens and it can either make you or break you. Where do you stand with college so far? What are you doing with what has happened?
That's another like really good question that I'm like, it's a tough one, but it's a really good one. And I think it's an important one. My first thought, honestly, is like, college broke me. I mean, it really did. But when I say that, it broke me, but it didn't defeat me. Like I'm still here and I'm still believing and I got big dreams, but I'm like, yeah, like I really felt like I've never struggled in all my life as I have during college. And that encompasses so many different things. Like again, way beyond running. But if we're looking at it even within the sport too, like, yeah, like it's hard. Like I said, when all of a sudden, like in high school, you can be at the top of the rankings, but you get to college and it's like, not that it doesn't matter, but you got to be ready to have a ton of other people who are battling it out with you at competitions. But like, even in practice, like you need to be, it's really challenging. And honestly, something that I think, that I still am working on and trying to always keep in perspective, even though it can be difficult. It can be easy to compare when there's that many people around you. Like there's so many more things to see versus in high school, like, if you want to, you can kind of live and train in your own little world. And I think I'm the type of person, like I got a lot of confidence from that. And like, I'm just focusing on what I'm doing. I'm trusting in that. And then I'm going to put it all out there. And it's like, I'm just going to believe because there's nothing to give me reason. Like I can do it, that I can be the best, I can win, like you name it, whatever that looks like in your mind. but it can be really challenging in college. And I think that's something that a lot of people maybe aren't prepared for. It can take them off guard. And again, even now, like, yeah, like I can have moments of doubt and struggle, but I think it's really cool how I know at the same time that even though I have like embraced that struggle, that's also made me more resilient. And I think it can feel like I've dealt with like a lot of weakness when really I'm like, well, I've overcome so much. I'm like, I think I'm adding tools to my toolbox. It's gonna pay off, you know, as I continue with this as far into the future as I can.